well, our war hero has arrived.
Killers of the Flower Moon was a series of murders of Osage men and women to bilk them after the discovery of oil on their land.
The Osage Reign of Terror was a fascinating piece of American history.
I was drawn to the idea to tell this terribly tragic story that was never brought to national attention.
Marty obsessed with telling this story with the most honesty that he possibly could.
One of the key things was that I was drawn to this world, where friendship and love existed with blatant extortion, exploitation, and murder.
When this money started coming, we should have known it came with something else.
In our film, Ernest develops a relationship with Molly Burkhart.
I don't know what she said, but it must have been Indian for handsome devil.
Ernest was encouraged to marry her by his uncle, Bill Hale, in order to get her family's shares in the oil profits.
Hale was a very enigmatic presence in Osage country.
He definitely represented somebody that wanted to take advantage of the situation at all costs.
The time is over.
There was a need to tell this story from Martin Scorsese. There was something intrinsic in him to do this story justice.
There's a sinister nature of the murders of the Osage people.
Expecting a miracle to make all this go away. You know they don't happen anymore.
I wanted to do justice to the Osage so that the audience feels the immensity of the tragedy. We're making a film about an historical event that is central to the Osage history. So, of course, it's important we spoke that language.
What was that?
This is 1920s, where people were still speaking the Osage language daily.
We wanted to be as authentic as possible, and using the duality of both English and Osage was a symbol of the enmeshment of the two cultures.
We need the shots.
Language and culture are inseparable. You understand the way people operate through their language.
Speaking Osage changed the way that I even moved as Molly. It took months to get comfortable with a different pace of speaking.
Working with Robert De Niro, he is very serious about it. So we met every day, getting the gestures right and the voice right.
They got very comfortable with the words, the sounds, the rhythms. And in some cases, I didn't even put subtitles on the scene because you know what's going on. We're deeply committed to staying true to the reality of the world in which this story unfolds.
In 1920s Oklahoma, Osage oil wealth had exploded. Of course, that brings in a lot of people who want to capitalize on that. Our film focuses on one Osage family, the Kyle sisters.
These are girls who know their community. They know who they are and they know where they come from.
Because of their wealth, they were systematically taken advantage of.
The family bond between all of the sisters is very strong. It's really the foundation of the movie.
Molly loves being with her family, being a loving sister. But when the murders start happening, then everybody's paranoia starts rising.
This blanket is a target on our backs.
Trying to get rid of me, aren't you, snake?
Those sisters took care of one another when no one else does.
Please send help. There's murder in Osage. The police do nothing.
It's a powerful, historical movie about love and trust, and of course, family.
The only thing we know is we have each other.
You're my wealth. You know that?
I feel immense responsibility playing Molly Burkhart. Oil wealth brought a lot of undesired attention to Osage country.
This blanket is a target on our backs.
Molly's family faced blatant extortion and murder to bilk them out of their wealth.
When the murders start happening, Molly challenges the justice system.
You want to go to Washington, D.C.?
This may be the last thing I do.
Molly is really the heroine in a lot of ways.
Do you have any idea who might want to harm you?
Molly embodies the pain of the Osage people.
Please send help. There's murder in Osage. The police do nothing. It's a powerful film, and I'm honored to stand with the Osage Nation and the descendants of those who perished.
I ought to kill these men who killed my family.
The character of Ernest Burkhart I found absolutely fascinating.
Ernest comes to Oklahoma and ultimately falls in love with Molly Kyle.
I don't know what she said, but it must have been Indian for handsome devil.
William K. Hale used that as an opportunity to prey upon her wealth.
Osage. They're gonna go. Their time is over.
Ernest is under a very strong influence of his uncle. He finds himself getting deeper into murderous plans.
I'm sorry for all troubles.
Working with Leo and watching this master create this character, it's unbelievable.
Ernest's a real-life representation of the incredible greed of that time.
I just love money. I love it as much as I love my wife.
William King Hale is an extraordinary character.
Osage are the most beautiful people on God's earth.
He was respectful on the one hand and murderous thug on the other hand.
You're gonna make trouble, make it big.
William K. Hale wanted to take control of Osage wealth and territory at all costs.
That estate money flows the right direction, it'll come to us.
Was exploiting and manipulating them.
And if necessary, do away with them, almost as if it was for their own good.
You gonna kill this Indian?
How'd you know?
In real life, William Hale was the banality of evil.
So many troubles will be brought upon you.
Robert De Niro is one of the people on this planet that can change the temperature in a room. He is so powerful.
They're gonna go. Their time is over. It will happen.